Bethel School District number 403 versus Fraser. Can school administrators prohibit and punish vulgar or offensive language in assemblies or in class? In April of 1983, Matthew Fraser, a student at Bethel High School in Washington State, spoke to an assembly of approximately 600 students nominating his friend for a position on school government. In his speech, Fraser used blatant sexual references and referred to his friend in terms of elaborate, graphic, and explicit metaphors. The students in the crowd, who were mostly 14-year-olds, were either embarrassed by his words or yelled and made obscene gestures during the assembly. It is important to note that Fraser's speech itself did not have any obscene language in it. After further investigation, it was discovered that Fraser had consulted two educators about his speech, and they had both advised him against it and warned him that there would be punishment. Fraser's punishment from the school was a 3-day suspension and the removal of his name from the list of possible students to give speeches at graduation. However, Fraser was allowed to return to school after serving only 2 days of his suspension. Fraser's parents appealed to the high school's disciplinary actions, and the Washington Supreme Court ruled in their favor on the grounds that the First Amendment had been violated. The Washington Supreme Court concluded that students have the right to free speech, and that Fraser had just been exercising that right when he spoke at the assembly. The Bethel School Board appealed the case to the U.S. Supreme Court, who ruled in favor of the school board with a 7-2 vote. Chief Justice Burger was quoted saying, "The purpose of public education in America is to teach fundamental values." The U.S. Supreme Court decided that Fraser's rights had not been violated and that he had not been representing the fundamental values of the American public education system. Chief Justice Burger spoke about how adults are given ultimate free speech under the First Amendment, and was quoted saying, "The same latitude of expression is not permitted to children in public school." Through this case, the educational world has been changed. Because of the ruling on this case, certain limits on freedom of speech and expression are allowed in public schools. So to answer the question presented at the beginning of this video, yes, administrators can prohibit and punish vulgar or offensive language in school.